This is all that's left of my world. Proteus in the Lonely Mountain and George Carlin. Times are getting hard. Well, it's actually not that bad. I just packed everything else up for the time being now that I finished filming the last of my video series for the summer. But I did manage to acquire a new Plarail model. Ashima. Oh. Hang on a second. Well, that's the box. Okay. Here she is. This isn't the exact way I wanted to do this review, but it's kind of all we have to go off of. So she has arrived. I got Plarail Ashima, along with her cargo here, the green caboose, and the Lord knows what tanker. I was thinking about repainting that into something a little more useful. But let's go ahead and take a look at Ashima. Go ahead and give you a off-the-fly review. Welcome to my humble abode. So, here I moved up here because I think you can get a better view of the Ashima model here. You can see the buffers in the front are present, but you wouldn't know unless you had a good look because they're not colored in at all, but at least the cow catcher is. The face is very well done. I must say it matches the show very well, very nicely. And then you can see the details on the front. They're pretty well done. It's a sticker, for obvious reasons. But we'll look at the side here, and you can see where there are fake, I guess it's the valve gear. We'll go with that. And then you can just see she has the standardized chassis that I was talking about in my last review. Of course, she has blue wheels. And then, of course, there's paintwork on the side, and again, it's mostly stickers. I've already heard other people talking about this model and how they don't think it's Plarail's best work, and I would have to agree, just because it's like, she looks like she's only half finished. Because they do detailing really well in the front and on the side where they actually bothered to put stickers, but half of her boiler is just plain black, and really that should stop where that boiler band is right there, and should be other complicated colors probably. They didn't even paint her dome or her headlamp, so it just looks very half-arsed, if you will. But we'll go ahead and keep going. I will mention that I'm very glad they bothered to make a motorized Ashima, because that four-wheeled one that just rolls around with two couplings, that was not something I wanted to see. So anyway, this is the back, and something that they did differently from at least the Hurricane model and the Ryan model was they put a colored sticker on the back, and it looks very nice. I know on Hurricane they just left the base color on the back, just like no one cared to see any realism, so it's a nice touch, I guess. So they get some points for that. And the other side's pretty much the same. It's really all the observations I have regarding the model. But yeah, wanted to give you a close-up look. I haven't put a battery in it because I can't run her around right now with my current situation, which is really sad. That'll really detract from the review quality, but I wanted to at least give you a look-see. And we'll go ahead and talk about the cargo for a quick second. I'm not going to spend too long here, but this is the tanker, which I don't know what goes in here, but it's orange. It's not really yellow like the other fuel tankers are. It's really its own deal, and it's got the same wheelbase color as Ashima does. So does the brake van. I don't know if these are supposed to be symbols. I'm pretty sure they're just artistic, which is cool, but it's also kind of like I don't know, pointless. Because, like, I don't know what you would use this for other than, like, to make it look like, oh, she's got her own country's wagon or whatever, but I don't know, like, railway stock doesn't get more artistic in other countries necessarily. This is the brake van. It's nice and green with more designs painted on it. I mean, I'll say it's creative. I'm not gonna completely hate on this cargo, but I also just don't. Maybe it's the realist in me. I like real cargo. I like my brake vans gray or brown, and I'd really like to see a silver oil tanker, or not oil, but you know, the silver one from season 1. I know some people make that into customs. I might have to do that myself. But there's her cargo. It's not the worst I've seen. It's definitely not as bad as BlueTraX. But that pretty much sums up the review. I guess my overall, hang on. So my overall thoughts on this model is Plarail did a good enough job. But this definitely isn't their best work. I'm trying not to be too harsh on them because I'm sure designing these is getting more difficult as they're trying to compete. Maybe they're not competing with Trackmaster, but you know, just keeping the brand alive at this point because kids are just interested in real, actual toys less and less, and they're just playing with iPads and stuff nowadays. So I don't want to give them more flack than they deserve, but I do feel like there could have been some simple things that would have just made the model that much more enhanced. It's good. The design is it's nice, it's proportionate. I plan to eventually incorporate her into the series I'm making, but that'll be later in time because I have other characters to do first. But it's still very nice. The cargo it's an interesting touch, I'll give them that. I would have preferred something a little more practical, but you know, we'll make it work. They can do what they want to do with that. The drawbacks are just where they came so close with the boiler. Mainly could have been painted better, and if they wanted to go the extra mile, they could have detailed all the valve gears there, kind of like they did with Freddy back when they produced him as a model. But it is much better than them expanding the freewheel range and just kind of leaving the motorized one out to dry. So I'll take what I can get from this point. I do think for the first time they might have real competition from the Trackmaster version of Ashima if the model lives up to the photos that I've seen. That is, because they went and Trackmaster 2 has been stepping up their game, I'll give them that, but I'm still definitely a sucker for Plarail just because they're higher quality all around for the most part. But increasingly I've been not disappointed, but I guess let down by new models because we've seen them do much better than they've been letting on in recent years. And I'd like to encourage that trend to come back without being too harsh. Because I don't hate Plarail. They produce some of the highest quality of this range, to be sure. And I'd like to just have that keep going. So hopefully this is more constructive than not. It's a nice model when it rolls. There's no other problems with it that I'm aware of, at least. So I recommend if you like the character or you just like collecting these, I can recommend. I would say go ahead and get it. Again, it's not perfect, but hey, it's very well done overall as far as the build goes. I guess if you wanted to add the details yourself, you can, but of course no one wants to do that. But yeah, that's Plarail Ashima, and I'm not gonna run it around today, but I would rate this, I'd probably say it's a 7 out of 10. It passes muster, but it's also not perfect by any means. Alright, thank you for watching this review. If you liked it, please like the video in YouTube style, and let me know your thoughts on the model. Do you think that Plarail could have done better? Do you think we should not expect more from them? What are your thoughts? Do you plan to get the model? Alright, just let me know below, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye.